Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafiya wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya Rabbul Alameen. So here we are with our session number 51 with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's start our session with the review and let's see how much we have retained from the previous sessions, inshallah. So here we are. The first question that you can see on your screen is, how many types of noon have we learned so far in our course? How many noons, do you remember seeing? Starting from this ism, if you remember the noon, do you remember any noon in an ism? Who remembers? No one? Does your word Muslimani has a noon? Muslimani has a noon? The word Muslimani or Muslimuna, Muslimina. Remember, once upon a time I taught you that. And let me show you my slide because it is important for you to know where that noon was coming from. What did I tell you about that noon? 1 second. Let's go to 7. Where was that noon coming from? So when I taught you the table, we went over each and every letter there. So I taught you that there was a noon that is hidden in this tanween, that is read but not written, right? The tanween has a noon as well. And the same noon in case of dual, get a kasra. The same noon in case of plural gets a fatha. What do you think? Rest of you are also having problems with me, with my voice? So this noon, one is in the tanween, one is in dual, and this is in plural. I told you this has nothing to do with status. Your status is being determined by the letters alif, ya, waw, ya. The noon is coming from your tanween, right? Because your tanween is hiding noon sukoon, right? Your tanween is hiding noon sukoon, and this noon is noon iwad anit tanween. It is a substitution of your tanween. It is coming in replacement for your tanween here. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this noon was the substitution noon from your tanween. Okay, will you does it freshen up your memory about this noon? Right, we have done it like this, that if you see a ta, that is a sign of plural, the sign of feminine. If alif is the sign of dual, in this alif is alif al-isnain, no, not alif al-isnain, alif al-musanna, and then ya is the sign of dual nasb jar, because it is preceded by a letter carrying fatha, right? So all those things. So noon here, I told you, if you go back to recordings, you will find it there that this noon is coming from your tanween. This is avid anit tanween. This is the substitution of your tanween, because your tanween has a noon, and that noon is with a kasra in case of a dual, and it's with a fatha in case of a plural. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, now that was the first noon. Then I see an answer that there is a Noonul Arab that is also called Noonul Raf. Where do we see this Noonul Arab? where do we see Noonul I'rab in a fail? Fail has to be what? What kind of a fail will have Noonul I'rab? Khamsa, very well done. Af'alul Khamsa have Noonul I'rab or Noonul Raf. This I'rab noon has another name, Noonul Raf as well. Okay, keep that in mind. Then I see an answer. We have a noon that is called Noonun Niswa. Noonun Niswa, right? And what is this Noonun Niswa? What kind of a structure is this Noonun Niswa? Is it a harf or an ism? What do you think? It is an ism. It is an ism because it's a pronoun. It's an ism because it is a pronoun. Noonun Niswa is an ism because it is a pronoun. Very well done. Okay, let me open my last review, so that will help us as well, because we will have our tables in front of us. Okay. So this noon is going to be Noonun Niswa. This noon is going to be Noonul Raf or Noonul I'rab, right? Everyone with me so far? How many noons have we gone over together? 3 so far. 1 we found on an ism, Noon Anit Tanween, right? 3 so far. The second one is Noonun Niswa. We all together went over it. Noonul I'rab. Okay. Then comes a noon that is mushaddad and is seen in case of past tense. This one, Nasartunna. What is the name for this noon? If anyone remembers, that's fine. But what is the function of this noon? That is what I'm interested in knowing. What is this noon for? Therefore, this was a question in your test as well. Not for emphasis. It's for plural. It's for feminine plural. It is for feminine plural. Don't call it Noonun Niswa, because Noonun Niswa does not have Shadda, because that is a pronoun. This is just a harf. It is called Noon li Jama'il Inas, for feminine plural. Noon li Jama'il Inas. Make sense or no? Right? This noon, Nasartunna, this noon is indicating your feminine plural noon. Everyone with me so far, or it's too confusing, too advanced? This is all that has been taught to you, my dear sisters. Okay, this is something that has been taught to you. I am not bringing anything that I have not taught you, my dear sisters, because review revolves around the topics that we have covered, my dear sisters. If there is any objection, please feel free to bring it to me, and I'm more than happy to answer. Okay, inshallah. So far we are all good with noon, avid, anit tanween in case of ism, noon, inath, with samar. No, sa. And this is in your slides as well. In your the slides that were shared with you, they have the spellings. There is nothing that I say. I try not to say anything that is not, inath. Yes. Okay. So first noon is noon, avid, anit tanween. Number 2 noon is noonun niswa, that is a pronoun. Number 3 noon was noonul i'rab that we just saw in our af'alul khamsa, and indicates rough status, and is also therefore called noonul rough, because when it is the part of the fail, the status of that fail mudari is rough, right? Everyone agrees? That is naul filing. That is with alif as well. Okay, na is not noon. We are doing noons. We are reviewing noons that have been taught to you. Okay, inshallah. So and then comes your noon, this one, and that is only indicating your feminine plural, as some of the sisters have already answered. And the name for this noon is noon li jamail unas. Okay, that it is just indicating feminine plural. Okay, jamal in inas. Everyone with me so far? In our last session, we learned another noon. In the last session, we learned about a noon, and I saw Sister Sabra already mentioned it, noonul viqaya. What does this noon do that we just learned in our previous session on Wednesday? What is the purpose of the viqaya? Means a shield, and it shields fail from having what? Everything that ya mutakallim attaches itself to. What does it do to that ism or harf? What does it do to the harf or an ism? If it does not make it jar, my dear, it does not make it jar. It gives it kasra. There's a difference between a jar and a kasra. A harka and a status are very different. Very different. Because if we call them jar, that totally destroys the understanding. Because kitabi, rasuli, and many asma like that, they may not be jar and status. But ya, when it attaches itself to those asma, it makes them have a kasra. Okay, prevents this noonul waqaya. This noonul waqaya prevents your fail from having a kasra, and it does so in a harf, in case of haruf as well. What are the original spellings of your, if I ask you about this word, how many words are there in this word? Is it one or two? Tell me the first word. The first word. Give me the spelling of the first word. Inni. Inni? In or inna? Inni or inna? So the word was inna, right? The word was inna. So what happened when ya came and got attached to it? What haraka is noon getting now? It's getting kasra. Is it now becoming jar in status? Is it jar in status? Tell me. No, because haruf don't have a status, right? Because inna is a harf, and status does not apply to haruf. They are la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. That means they cannot be raf, nasb, jar, or jazm, because we have learned 4 statuses, right? When we include the status from the af'al as well, we have learned a jazm status as well, right? In case of af'al, we see majzoom. Everyone agrees or not? What about rest of the sisters? I want guess from everyone. And I want everyone to understand. Everyone is equally important here. Because you are all students of Quran. So when I attach this ya mutakallim to any harf or ism, it makes it have a kasra. Now let me show you another word. I think it is, one second. Let me show you the verse real quick here. Because I have a plan to discuss something very interesting today in our review, and I just don't want to spend all my time in revising noon. So, but this is important as well, because whatever, okay, Suratul An'am, let me go to Suratul An'am, verse number 19. Okay, now let me show you this verse number 19. What is happening here? How many words? No, it is harufun nasiba, mushabba bil fail. It makes, inna makes asma mansub. Remember? Inna, anna, kanna, layta, la'alla, lakinna. Inna allaha. So, innani, 2 words. Two words, right? For you, two words for now. Okay. So one is inna. Now look at ni. Now think about ni. How many words? One word or two words? Focus on ni only. Two words? What is noon? What is noon? Yes, it is two ranas. One is harf and ya mutakallim is an ism because it is a pronoun. So together, and this is shielding. Yes, Sister Rubin. Again, this noon came in between and shielded inna to get a kasra. To get a kasra. It's prevented it from having a kasra. Make sense? It shielded. Did it protect it? Everyone with me so far? Now your inna is inna. It is not inni. I hope this is clear to everyone. Right? It is preventing, this noon came in between and prevented this harf from getting a kasra. Everyone with me so far, type 1 if you are. And if there is any confusion, let me know. Alhamdulillah, so shield is vakaya. Yes, shield is vakaya, and that is how you are going to understand this. Yes, there are three words there. Inna, harf, noon, harf, ya, ism, which is damir. So, but inshallah, the purpose is not to make things complicated for you. The purpose is to give you complete understanding. And when we do so, our advanced studies become very, they become easier for us. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Just wanted to go over this, and I wanted to make sure that my students know different types of noons. And I'm going to, inshallah, give you complete notes on that. But at this point, you need to know whatever you have learned before, and then, going through slides is going to be piece of cake, right? Inshallah. But you have to use your mind. And then there is another noon. There is another noon, my dear sisters. There's another noon we are missing before we, go any further. There's another noon that is sign of something. What do you think? That we have learned. And it is just a sign of blank. Think about noon. Think about your, very well done, very well done. So now how many noons are there? And now, because I'm post call and I'm losing count of things. 5 so far. Everyone with me? So you will all remember these 5 noons from Quran, inshallah. And make sure that, they've become hujjah in my favor on the day of judgment, inshallah. That I taught once upon a time, you these noons, inshallah. Okay, very well done. Okay, so let's just start with a hadith of our beloved Prophet, narrated by Ibn Umar, and great man from history, inshallah. Okay, an ibni. What do you think about this? An ibni. This is temporary kasra because of the iltaqai sakinain. So this was an and ibn. Bata kaf lam waw. Bata kaf lam waw. Min, an, fi, ila, ala, hatta. Jar wal majroor. Barakallahu feek. What is happening here? Ibni Umara. Ibni Umara, son of Umar. Umar. Idafa. Why is this word not with kasra? Umari. Why not kasra? What kind of a word is this? Non-flexible, never show its status. Non-flexible is not going to be able to show its status ever. There's an in-between thing, partly flexible, right? Non-flexible means it's going to be umara, umara, umara. But this is umaru, umara, umara. Yusufu, Yusufa, Yusufa. Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama. Clear? Partly flexible. Your names for the most part, especially this name, is ism alam because it is a name. It is partly flexible. The second reason is the structure of the word is such. It is an Arab name. It's an Arab name, but the structure of the word is such that it is partly flexible. No. We are starting, maful bihi has to be the detail of a fail. We are not yet there. Okay. It's not, we are not, isn't, no, it's not maful bihi. Maful bihi is a detail. Details are nasb status. This word Umar is, what's the status of Umar? Who's going to tell me real quick? What's the status of Umar? Not kasra, jar. Yes, Azra, I was about to come to you. Said, tell me the status, because it is jar in status because it is a mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Qala, he said. Lam yakun. What is this? Lam yakun. Lam is from harufe jazima lil mudare. Did not. Very well done. Qalbin, because qalb changed it. Just like our hearts change every moment. This letter, this harf, when it comes, it changes mudare to and pushes it to the past tense. Okay. Yakun is going to be, because of lam, it is majzoom bilam. Rasulullahi. Rasulullahi. What is this construction? Idafa? Okay. We have not done this concept so far. So, but just, letting yakun. What is the pronoun in yakun? What do you think? Because every fi'l has a pronoun, right? Every fi'l has a pronoun. What is a pronoun in yakun? Huwa. So when you have, is it visible, Azra? Is huwa visible, my dear? No, it's not visible. It's the mere, if it is not visible, what is it called? Just real quick. No, very little time. Mustatir. Okay. So this is a construction where we have not learned it so far, but just this Rasul is coming with Dhamma, So I'm not going to call it file. I'm not going to call it file. I'm going to just call it ismu kana. You just put it for now and put it in your notes that we will learn it later. Okay. Just like I put in your answer keys that we will learn it later. Similarly, you are going to do so today when you are making your notes, okay? And inshallah, once you have done making your notes, and then when you get the keys, make sure you compare your answers, okay? So, Rasulullahi, that is done. Everyone is with me so far. Sister Faiza, Abdul Rab is with me. Sister Alina is with me. She has understood the concept and she knows that she will learn how is it not file, though it is coming after this fail, and inshallah I will be teaching that very soon, inshallah. Okay, now go to Salla Allahu. Salla Sallallahu. What do you think is happening here? What kind of a word is Salla? If there is an idafa. Very well done, Sister Zohra. Very well done. That's why I miss you so much. And I asked for you. I asked Faiza, check how she's doing. Is she's okay or not? Though I keep tabs on each and every one of you. But I told Sister Zohra, she was very close to my heart when from my Talimul Quran days. Very good student. Barakallahu feek. Yes, it is past tense. Okay. So let me help you with that. It cannot be dafa. Allahu. What's the status of Allahu? It is not Sallallahi. Huh? Look at that, right? It is an irregular fail. It's an irregular fail. It's an irregular fail, Salah. It has a fatha, just like Nasara, just like Allama. It has a fatha that is Muqaddara. It is Mabni al fatha. That is Muqaddara. Just like, we learned some Mudare that had Fatha Muqaddara or Dhamma Muqaddara. Similarly, this because this is ending with Alif, it has a Fatha that is Muqaddara, because this Alif cannot take Fatha. Okay, it cannot be like Allama. We cannot say Sallaya. We cannot say it because this is an Alif. Okay, Alif Maksura. There's usually an Alif on top here. Okay, so Salla Allahu, Lafzul Jalala, Marful al-Ta'zim. It is going to be the file. Very well done. Very well done. Alayhi. What are you going to label it? Real quick, my dear sisters, time is very less. I will leave it. I have to leave it otherwise in between. Al-Jar wal Majroor. Waw is your atf. Right? Because remember, I taught you waw atf is not only going to join to asma, it also joins to af'al. It may also join fragments. It joins many things. Atf does a lot of businesses, right? Okay. Salama. Salama. What do you think about salama? It is matuf. And what is the siga? Siga is, it is madi. It is fail madi. Fail madi. And the doer is, who's the doer? Can we see a doer? Hua? Doer is hua. Can we see it? We cannot see it here, right? Your outside doer has to be after the fail. After the fail. But yes, this, we are going to say that, the hua is talking of, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that the damir is yaud. It is going back to Allahu, yaudu, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we are not going to say that, I will just say that, it is damir mustatir for now, okay? Because your doer has to be after your fail, right? That's how we have learned our fail and outside doer according to the principles of an outside doer. It has to be after your fail. Yes, the pronoun is going back to lafzul jalala. Okay. Yada'u. What do you think? Mudari? Very well done. And what's the status? Rafin status. We'll not go into the detail of the word. Alamatul mudari being ya, and Rafin status with the mata zahira. Because it's an irregular, we'll inshallah learn it in future. Ha'ula'i kalimati. Ha'ula'i is ism ishara. What is kalimati? Mushar le? Right? So these two, you can connect them together. Isam ishara mushar le? Hina. Hina means time. It's a zarf. It's a zarf. This word hina is a zarf. Yumsi. What is yumsi? Yumsi. Let me see. Okay. Yumsi is mudare. Alamatul mudare being ya. Ya is intact. So what's the status? What's the status of mudare? Marfu, madzum, mansoob. Very well done. It is marfu. Very well done, Alina and Sister Sofra. Barakallahu feek, my dear sisters. Ya can take fatha. If it was mansoob in status, yumsi ya is possible. But if it was alif maksura word, then alif cannot take any fatha dama kasra. It is daiman sakin. Okay. So then comes your waw, that is atf, and this hina is matuf on this hina. What about yusbihu? It is again mudare, right? Who's the doer here? Hua. In yumsi, again, hua is the doer. This is something complex. We will do it inshallah later. But for now, when you have a zarf in your jumla failure, what can you call it? What can we call hina? Very well done. Mutaliq bil fail is going to be the name for hina. Okay. And how you are going to connect these two and these two together, we will learn in near future. Then comes your word, this construction, your ism ishara wa mushar alayhi. What are you going to label this? He will never leave. What will he never leave? So ha'ula'il kalimati is going to be your answer are we getting? Maf'ul bihi, because what? He never used to leave. He never used to leave these kalimat. Now, in the morning, at the time of the morning, and at the time of the evening, and at the time of morning. So let's see what are those kalimat. Allahumma, I have not taught you this one, so we will skip this one. I will go to inni real quick. We have done this last week too. Then we will go to inni nas mansoob, 2 words, inna plus ya mutakallim, 2 words, harf of nasb, ismuha as'alu, as'alu. Look carefully, then answer. It is mudare. The status of mudare is, what is the status of mudare? Mudare. Rafin status, ka is going to be ka. Maf'ul bihi. What's the status of ka here? What should be the status of ka if it is maf'ul bihi? Nasbin status. Barakallahu fi. Al-afiyah. What is Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Oh Allah, indeed I asked you for the well-being. So what is being answered by al-afiyah? So it is going to be maf'ul bihi. Fid dunya. Fid dunya. Jar majroor. Wal akhirah. How will you connect wal akhirah with dunya? Atf. And you are going to write on al-akhirah. If you write ma'tuf, it is understood that you know that it is ma'tuf on ad-dunya. What's the status of dunya? It is jar in status. Cannot show its status because it is ending with alif again, but it is jar in status. Okay. Okay. And this with dunya wal akhirah is directly connected to al-afiyah, well-being in this world and the hereafter. So you can just label it as mutalik bil al-afiyah. Okay. Mutalik bil al-afiyah. I have told you sometimes your jar majroor will be connected to a word right before it. May not be connected directly to the fail itself. May not be, it may not make sense to call it mutalik bil fail. It may make more sense to call it mutalik bil afiyah. And we have done it with other words in the past as well. And just a little reminder, just keep that in mind that, you can call it mutalik bil al-afiyah. Make sense or no? Because we are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is asking for afiyah in this dunya and the well-being of this dunya and the akhirah. Make sense or no? Right? And this will be multiple times you will encounter this. Okay. When I see this construction, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how do we translate it? Translate this part for me, because we say it all the time. Translate it. Don't go and now fail, translate it. Peace be upon him. What kind of use is this of past tense? What kind of use are you seeing here with the past tense? Is it a conventional standard use? Yes, yes. So it is the non-standard use of past tense, where we use past tense to make dua for someone, right? Everyone with me so far? Just like we say jazakallahu khairan, tabarakallah, barakallah. Similarly, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And now, from now onwards, every time you utter these kalimat, keep that in mind, this rhetorical use of past tense, okay? I do not want anyone of you to forget it, okay? Because you are going to be, again, witnessing for me on the day of judgment, okay? You have to do that. You have a responsibility, amana on you, okay? So now we are going to skip all these words and we'll go to al-afwa wal-afiyah. Again, it is going to be, al-afwa is going to be, yes, there is a relation, matuf alayhi, it's going to be maf'ul bihi as well, right? Because asaluka, what is Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to ask? Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to ask afu, forgiveness. And again, afia and well-being. Fi dini. How many words? Fi dini. Three words, fi dini. Fi deen is going to be jar wal majroor. Dini is going to be nidafa. Wa dunyaya. What is this construction? Waw at matuf on dini. Two words making idafa. Dunyaya is in deen, in my deen, in my deen, in my dunya, in my dunya, right? Well-being and forgiveness in my deen, in my dunya. This is idafa, right? Ya mutakallim is following an alif, therefore getting a fatha. This is according to a famous scholar, Fadil Samirai. He's a very famous linguist. Follow him someday, inshallah, and I'm sure you all will. So then, wa ahli, what is this construction? Wa mali, idafa. Ahli is going to be idafa. Again, matuf. From dini, dini is matuf alayhi. Dunyaya, matuf 1. Ahli, matuf 2. Mali, matuf number 3. And idafa. I'm skipping Allahumma and I'm going to come to this word. What is this word? Hamza is not carrying any haraka. The Hamza that does not carry any haraka, and it is an amr. Very well done. And my word is majzoom. And it is beginning with a Hamza that's not carrying any fatha, fatha dhamma kasra. It is an amr. Very well done. Awrati. Oh Allah, hide my faults. Idafa. And this is what is Prophet asking to hide. So this is awrati, not only idafa, it is also going to be your maf'ul bihi, as Alina has already written. Then comes waw at, and then this is one amr, and again your word is ending with sakoon. This time the word has this amin, this alif with haraka. This alif with haraka, but does not matter. It is majzoom in status, so it is your amr again. Very well done. Very well done. Rawati. Again, this is going to be ya mutakallim. So there is rawati is going to be your idafa. Very well done. And again, going to be maf'ul bihi. Now come to this word. Ikhwazni. Hamza. How many words are there? One word or two words? Or three words? Who is going to go for three words? Very well done. Very well done. Now tell me. Ikhfaz. What is that word? Ikhfaz. Amr. Very well done. Noon. Noon. What is the name for this noon? Waqaya. With a thicker cough, right? And ya is going to be your ya mutakallim, right? So it is, ni is going to be labeled as your maf'ul bihi. Min baini. Jar majroor. Baini yadayya. Idafa. And then this was actually yadayya with shadda. So if I give you this word, this is like this. Let me show you this word and then tell me how many words. This is how this is. Baini yadayya. Baini yadayya. So baini yadayya is one idafa. Yadayya is another idafa. So this is one idafa, and there are two idafas. Remember, baini, before my two hands. Okay, between my two hands, which means before me. Everyone with me so far understood that how this was. How many hands are we talking about here? How many hands? Give me the number of hands, my dear sisters. There are two hands. Very well done. Very well done. And then because one ya was the sign of nasb status, right, of an ism, and the duality of an ism. So that ya and ya mutakallim got merged together, and they got a shadda, and it has to be with fatha when ya mutakallim attaches itself with any musanna word, with any jama word, that is nasb or jar. Okay. Wamin. What do you think about wamin? Waw is there. Now, one fragment is matuf on the other fragment, right? So, min khalfi, how many words are there? Min khalfi. These three words are together. So, jar majroor, and khalfi is an idafa. Then comes again at, and there is another matuf. An yamini. How many words from an to yamini? How many words total? 3 words. An yamin is jar wal majroor. Yamini is going to be idafa. Very well done. Then comes your word an shimali. 3 words again. Everyone understood this? You will keep on writing your matuf 1, 2, 3, 4, how many they are. But min fawqi, how many words there here? 3, same. Okay. But a'udhu. Tell me, what is the sigha? Is it a fail or an ism or a fail madi, mudare, or what is it? A'udhu, fail. Very well done. Mudare, what's the status? If it is a mudare, what is the status of mudare? Rafin status. Now tell me, what is its Rafin status because of the ma at the end? Now tell me, what is the damir there? Ana, can you see it? It is mustatir. Very well done. I wanted to make sure you all remember. What is this Hamza here? What is this Hamza? Sign of mudar. Very well done. So be azmatika, how many words? How many words? Count the words. And 3 words. How many fragments? 2 fragments. Jar majroor and azmatika idafa. Azmatika idafa. An ugtala. An ugtala. An. What is an? Yes, it is harf of nasb, and it is it for mudare or is it for ism? Tell me. Think about it. An. It is an. It's not anna, inna. That is with shadda, right? That is with shadda. This one is a light one, right? It is for fail. No worries. And also notice that, the mudare after it is mansoob in status, right? Mansoob in status. Now tell me, Ughtala. Is it ma'loom or majhool? Everyone agrees? Is it majhool? Okay, min tahti. 3 words, everyone, and I think got that, right? So again, we have learned today, before I go on to teach you the next topic, we have learned today almost 5 noons, starting from noon of found in ism, which was noon, avidanit tanween, avidanit tanween, representative of your tanween, a noon in tanween. Number 2 was noonun niswa, that's a pronoun. Number 3 is noon li jamail anas, which is for feminine plural. Then we learned noon urraf or noon ul i'rab, which is your noon that tells you that your afalul khamsa are marfu in status. If it is there, then comes your noonul mudare that comes in the beginning of the word of it comes in the beginning of your mudare, and that noon is just a sign of mudare. Everyone understood this so far and will not forget, inshallah. Then comes your 6th noon. So they are not they're not 5, my dear, hai na? They're 6 now, huh? Nunu, if I count nunul mudare as well, there's 6, right? Right? 6. So 6 noons. Oh my God, 6 noons. Subhanallah. Barakallahu feek. Remember them, okay, inshallah. Okay, let's start what we need to do today. So only 15 minutes. Already used most of your brain cells, but let's see how much we can learn, okay? So now we are going to learn, we are almost finishing our fail mudare, fail madi, and we have learned our fail amr. We have learned how sometimes we find negation in our af'al, jumla failure sentences. We have learned it all, right? So today, the topic for today is how we can bring emphasis in our jumla failure. Remember one thing, when your jumla is negative, it is very emphatic on its own. A negative sentence is very emphatic by itself. Okay, yes, there are different tools that are way more emphatic than the others. For example, I have taught you ma is more emphatic than la, right? We have learned it, if you remember. Or sometimes lan, with which we translate will never, is more emphatic than la. So there are in is almost as emphatic as ma, and is a very emphatic tool as well for negation. So we have learned them all, and now we are going to see how, if a sentence is a positive sentence, how we can emphasize that sentence. Okay, inshallah. So let's see, if when it comes to jumla failure, for those of you who are learning word to word, or who have already learned word to word, did you ever notice this qad? Yes, and it is, how do we translate this qad in our you can give me Urdu translation for those sisters who are doing it in Urdu, that is totally fine, and my sisters who have learned it in English, certainly, right? Certainly, or tahqiq, yaqinan. You can also call it yaqinan in Urdu as well. Tahqiq or yaqinan. Yaqinan. Believers, iman lane wale kamyab hue. So keep that in mind, right? So what did this qad do when it came to your sentence? What did it make your sentence? When indeed is there, what does it do? No doubt. You can also sometimes, it's probably certainly or indeed is the way to go, but it's almost giving the connotation of, just don't be, there is no doubt that the believers have already succeeded. Does it make sense? Okay, so this qad is, when you see it in your jumla failure, remember, if I ask you in future, what is it there for? The answer is, it is going to emphasize my sentence. That's a simple, plain answer. Sometimes it is accompanied by lam tawqid as well. There's a lam attached to the beginning of qad, laqad. And for now, you are going to say that this is there for emphasis. Why? The whole anatomy behind it, the whole physiology behind it, and the whole, everything behind it, you are inshallah going to learn in future. But as a beginner of Arabic, I want you to, if I ask you a question, what are the ways you can emphasize your jumla failure? And if it is past tense, you are going to give me this answer. You can emphasize it by using qad. Okay, I hope everyone is with me. And sometimes this qad is also used for near past as well. Like we did it in the beginning when we were learning rhetorical use of past tense, like qad qamatis salat, that the salah just established, and definitely has been established. So just come to prayer now, okay? Don't just procrastinate. Come, right? Qad qamatis salah. For those in Pakistan enjoying the real azan, do you hear it? Right? So this is also indicative of near past. Remember that, okay? Inshallah. Now, when it comes to your jumla failure mudare, you have a noon. The purpose of teaching you all these noon was, I was wanting you to be introduced to this noon as well. So if you don't know the past noons, there can be a confusion. Some sisters might be, what is this happening? And, they may focus on the end of the word and just choose a wrong answer, or just don't have correct understanding. So it is very important we know all different kinds of noon, and then we also know this noon, which is the seventh noon, noonut tawqid, noon that is used for emphasis. Everyone, please remember this noon. This noon is for emphasis, and tabarakallahu, this is your 7th noon. Subhanallah. Never knew that one day I will be doing this, honestly speaking. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. So, Nunu Tawqidu Sakila. What does Sakila means? Sakila. Thiqal. What does it indicate? Heavy? Heavy? So, if it is with Shadda, it is going to be called Nunu Tawqid As-Sakila. That is heavy noon. Ranaz, are you with me? So far? Yes? Barakallahu feek. So if it is heavy like this, it's going to be a sakila. Okay? If it is like this, with just a sukoon, what should we name it? If it is a sakin, what should be the name? Now is it heavy or light? It is light, right? It is light. So it is, the name for it is Nunu Tawqid Al-Khafifa. Okay? I will inshallah teach you complete details of these noons, but for now, I'm going to just introduce you to them, okay? I will just make it easy for you all so that you know if you see these noons, how you're going to translate them and what is happening with these noons, okay? Just the basic understanding you're going to get in today's session, in the next session probably, just the basic understanding. I'm not going into details at this point, okay? Because that's beyond the scope of the course right now. So it is often accompanied by Lame Tawqid. What do you think? Where will this noon attach itself to? To the beginning of the word or the end of the word? Or these noons should attach themselves to where? To the end of the word, because it doesn't make sense. You know, you're not going to start put it before your Anita words, right? It is going to attach itself to the end of the word. Just remember this. It is often accompanied by Lame Tawqid. There's a lam with a fatha that you will see attached to the word when these words you are going to see in Quran, inshallah. You will also find a lam attached to them, and I will just show you an example. The purpose, you know, what it does to a fail is when it attaches itself to fail mudare, it pushes the meaning to the future. Okay? What does it do to the mudare? It pushes its meaning to the future. Make sense or no? It doesn't make sense, but I will help you understand it, inshallah. Okay? So let me show you what will happen here. There are only 2 instances in Quran when Nunu Tawqid al-Khafifa was used. There are only 2 times when Nunu Tawqid al-Khafifa was used. And in those 2 instances, the fail was written with tanween. Do you remember in the beginning when I was teaching you Ism, I gave you 2 exceptions? Who remembers them? La yakunan nasfa'an. I have it is in, if you go back in your very beginning, that, you know, when I was teaching you the signs of Ism, I taught you at that time, 50 sessions ago, that there are exceptions when you are going to see your fail with tanween. Yes. So these 2 here, if I show you this word, what is happening to this word? It is with tanween. This is with tanween. Let's just figure out what is happening here. Yakunan. Originally, let me show you new share. Yakunan. So let me just begin from yaku. This is yaku. None, because of, you know, we have to add this alif because of, you know, fatatain. So yakunan. Originally, think about this. This word was yakun. Yakunu. Okay? This word was originally yakunu. Now, when I attach this noon hafifa, which is noon sakina, to it, this last haraka has to undergo a change before I attach this to this. Before I attach this to this last haraka has to undergo a change. And what change it has to undergo is it has to be with fatha. It will take fatha no matter what the status is, it has to get a fatha. Okay. Now I attach after the fatha. Yes, we are going to come to the lam as well, inshallah. So now after the fatha, I do this. Yakunan. That's going to be the structure. Can I write this nun as this? Yes or no? People who are familiar with tajweed, this ban was originally like this, right? Can also be written like this, right? The tan, like this, can also be written like this. That's how you teach children. People who are teaching children, Faiza, I know you teach tajweed. That's how you teach them, right? That there is a, when it comes to tanween, there's a noon sakina there. So since this noon khafifa got attached to this structure, this noon with fatha, this is written as yakunan. No matter what the status of your fail is, though it was originally rough in status, but because noon sakina, this noon tawqid has to attach to it, the word has to get fatha. Does it make sense? Okay, let me show you in my notes how I did it, and so that it is new share. Okay, here I have it all written down for you. So basically, fail la yakunan has noon khafifa added to it. So it was yakunu plus noon sakina. As per the rule, we change haraka of the last root letter. What is the last root letter here? My dear sisters, if you can answer me. Noon is the last root letter, so the haraka got changed to fatha. And then when I change, it became yakuna. And now the next step was I added noon khafifa. It became like this. But this thing can also be written like this. Everyone with me so far? For new students, Ranaz, are you with me, my dear? The people who are doing it for the first time. The rule is, no matter what the status of your fail is, you are going to give the last letter a fatha, and then you are going to add these noon. When it comes to noonul khafifa, in Quran, you are only going to see it 2 times. 2 times. La yakunan nasfa'an. And both times it is written as a tanween. But originally, if I asked you, Alina, how are you going to write this noon? How are you going to write this fail? You are going to tell me this was originally this. Yakunan. That is the answer that I'm looking for. Nas fa'an was this. Nas fa'an. Let me erase the rest, so it is clean and you can see. So what will, when I have to attach noon khafifa to my fail, what am I going to do to the last letter, haraka of the last letter? Give it what? Fatha. And then I'm going to bring my noon, okay? Noon sakina. This is used 2 times only. And so these 2 times, just make sure, these 2 of all are both ending, nasfa'an or yakun. They are both going to be ending with dhamma. And basically, if it is ending with dhamma, you are going to change it to fatha. And then you are going to add your noon sakina. Okay. Dhamma will be changed to fatha. Dhamma will be changed to fatha. Okay. You will just change it so that the exact terminology is you are going to change the dhamma to fatha and add this noon sakina. Okay, now come back to this one. The most common noon that you are going to see in Quran is noonu tawqid as-sakila. Khafifa is only 2 times. Okay, Thaqila is the one that is very often used in Quran. What do you see has happened here? Yansuranna. What was the original form of yansuranna? Give me the original form of yansuranna. Yansuru. Let me show you again here. Yansuru. Everyone agrees with me? It was Yansuru. So let me just show it to you, and then rest we will do next time. Yansuru. What is the step number 1? If my word is ending with Dhamma, what I'm going to do? If my word is ending with Dhamma, and what are the 5 cases in which my word is going to end with Dhamma? Huwa, yansuru, hiya tansuru, anta tansuru, ana ansuru, nahnu nansuru. These are the 5 cases. When I attach my noon sakila to the af'al containing these pronouns that are hidden pronouns in case of fi'l mudari, I will change the haraka of the last letter from dhamma to what? Fatha. And I will bring my noon mushaddada here, which is noonut tawqidus sakila. Noonut tawqidus sakila. The last letter will lose its dhamma and will become fatha, and I will add this. Change ansuru to mushaddad form, to mudare with noon sakila. Ansuru. How will I change it? Give me the form. Ranna. Right? I will change again the dhamma to fatha. I will change the dhamma to fatha. Change nansuru to the heavy form, to emphatic form. Nansuru. Ranna. Right? I will give haraka fatha to the last haraka, and I will add my noon mushaddada. I hope this is clear. I will have to end here. I already took 2 minutes extra. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, we will continue our practice of fi'l mudare with tawqeed, and madi we have already completed. So inshallah, we will finish it in our next session on Wednesday. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.